Hey, we're gonna try this out. Hello. Voice activated. Even though the guitar is still doing background noise. Trying to balance the audio levels. Sometimes I have to toggle this plugin on. 60 cycle hum. So there's a lot of things going on in the SongVisualizer world that I haven't properly communicated for one reason or another. One reason being the microphone being hard to split from the guitar, having different volume settings. So I just put it on the side for the longest time, but lately these most recent sessions have a lot of things going on in the background, developer log wise, having lots of logic and programming to rearrange and redesign. That has been something that I've been doing behind the scenes. There's quite a bit of things that have been updated recently, such as, well, the core mechanic of the game, the note detection, the rendering every texture, um, things that affect performance and playability that aren't necessarily seen through different versions as much as like felt and played. So, excuse me. Quick play. So I have quick play going. Excuse me. I added like 2 songs. Um, I'm gonna have to get used to all these sounds here. That's one thing I realize. There's gonna be a lot of messing around. Like, what's this do? That's oh, even louder. Nope, don't want that. Or do I? You're gonna hear a lot of noise. Hold on. Oh, it's only on plus 18. Now it's at plus 28. Oh, that's red. And then there's this. This filter makes it a little sound different, more bassy or something. And then more treble. And then this one, what's this do? Oop, what's that? Click. It's okay. So my goal for this session is I'm having to test note detection, and there's some core mechanics. I keep saying that, but in the regards to note velocity, so the note velocity I had wrong. Probably up until now. So what that means is my source of truth in regards to the note velocity was incorrect. I used the audio as a source of truth. I exported the audio of this Guitar Pro notation, and then I lined that with the notes, the velocity when it should reach the finish line. So, the finish line's right here, the note's right here. The note would go below the finish line and say, hey, I'm ready to play. Which is wrong because, you should be at the finish line when you're considered ready to play. So my note accuracy was incorrect. And there's so much more detail. Not wanting to render the whole screen every frame. Not because before, a couple versions ago, not too long ago, I would update the entire screen even if it didn't have any necessary to update. I just threw it all in there. And that was one thing that lowered frames. So basically I optimized it so that only what is required to update is what's updated. The fret or the note, not all the frets, things like that. And I profiled it. I did performance tests, and at least 50% minimum, up to 90% at least. Performance gain, optimization, whatever. Because of that, not updating everything, just only what's necessary. And even let's see. There's another thing. Node velocity, optimization, textures, rendering, and I just slipped my mind, but there's another thing. Oh, how I do the logic for note detection. See, before when I very first started it, I have one way of doing it. Then I changed it, and for the longest time, I was doing it a different way, and I just reverted it back to the original way I wanted it, but now it's actually more accurate. See, like all these things have to align, like the velocity showing when a note is ready visually in relation to the time of the song and the speed of the note, and the user config settings for the speed. It has to be on the finish line. It has to be aligned, and then that has to be like a flag of when it's ready, and then there's a buffer, latency buffer of the interface, that how long it takes to actually strum to get the frequencies 93 or 6 or 93 or 96 millisecond that I added, and that is what I'm also having to test. So there's a number of things I'm testing here, because sessions 480-ish, I started noticing lower accuracy because of a number of factors: the optimization, the change of the velocity, the position of the note. See, I was using the source of truth as the audio, but the audio actually has its own delay as to when it actually starts. But basically, this is session 485, right? So in all my previous sessions, I would always, like, in the past couple sessions at least, um, the idea is like, okay, the session here is when I'm done programming, right? I have programming. That's like just things I do in my own time, free time, weekends, after work, and all that is programming this, and it builds up. So the time I come to play it here, sometimes there's an error and the program crashes and I have to go recompile it or something along those lines. When I go back and look at these videos, I always want to like verbalize, because it's hard to this project has so many departments that there's just a lot of program. And the thing is, the way I program is I get it to a certain level, functional, and I switch departments to another area and come back and bounce around. So the career mode is not something I've touched recently because that's another department that I have to bounce around. I really wanted to just fix the main core gameplay loop and all that. So it's a bit tricky because in programming there's 100 ways to write the same thing at least, and which way is the best? The one that takes the most thought, it seems, because here we are. So I started this project October 26, 2021, but that was the song creator. I forget the exact date I started the SongVisualizer, but the SongVisualizer has overtaken my need to play Rocksmith. I don't play Rocksmith anymore. I play this. So this has replaced it, and it's been my number one source of when I play guitar or whatever. I play with this because when I play it with real guitar input here, it logs every playthrough, and then I do the dynamic difficulty. See, Rocksmith does dynamic difficulty of 100. It does the same tempo of the song, but it just dynamically adds or remove notes to the song as you play it, depending if you hit or miss notes. Which I could I'm sure I could mimic if I wanted to, like add notes if I do this and remove. But I don't like that approach. I'd rather have 100% all the notes displayed, and the only thing I change is the speed of the song, whether it's all measures or a group of measures or whatever. I like having all the notes, just slow it down. Like that's what I like. So I built this program off of that. So I have all this algorithms going so that when you play the song, it saves the stats, accuracy, hits, miss, measure, tempo, everything. Saves that all in the JSON file locally. And then there's also a database it uploads to locally, but that connects to a server, but that's another story. But the stats is what, like if this is where I'm viewing my stats, right? This is my playthroughs, my dates, and the progress. The progress is another story. But each playthrough has its own stats, like 77% accuracy and other things like that. It saves the tempo in relation to the default tempo of the song, the modified tempo that I did based on the previous playthrough. So the tempo settings, this is like per measure. You could do the tempo and you could view the notes per measure, whatever. But the dynamic screen, this logic of like this screen looks at your previous playthroughs in the JSONs, and you hit the plot, you do all these variables, you hit apply, and that'll change the tempo of the song. It'll show you your changes, and it changes all the notes. So by default, I don't remember what the song length was, but surely it changed. If I do reset, I can set it back. See, the default is static 182 tempo, the whole song, which is 3 minutes by default, which is pretty fast tempo to sight read. So I just like doing dynamic. And now it changes. So the average is now 118, and it shows each measure. But then it groups the measure, like measures 24 to 105. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. It's fragile. Hold on. Measures 24 to 105. If you click details, then it shows you the tempo per measure. It's all 119, is it? Yeah. And it shows you the notes. And this was a lot of work. I mean, it's not even that good looking. Like when I'm scrolling, the scroll speed height is a bit how you say jumpy. So this program suffers from not invented here syndrome. If you look at this screen, it has custom scroll wheel functionality, rows and columns. And that's the thing about this Pi game. Off the bat, it's not the most friendly for GUI. There is ways to make it easier. There's I'm talking just pure Pi game. I kind of got used to the formats of, well, this is a screen, this is a screen, this is a screen. Like if you look right here, I hit the back button, but it took me back to the career mode. But if I hit the back button in another flow, it would take me to the main menu. But this is a city set list that I am 2 songs out of 5 on. Difficulty level 7. That difficulty means it changes the tempo of the song. So if you play, hit tempo, changes it, it shows all the settings, whatever. Guitar input, blah, blah, blah. And you know, one thing I'm thinking I should do is you look at this open GP5 screen. See how it's nice and organized and all that. Thing I'm having to I'm having to have another flow of accessing that file selection, because that flow, if I hit play, this screen is called like quick play that the career just links to. So if I hit back and hit play, it goes here. But then if I hit open GP5, it shows the file. But if I go back and I do change selected, that opens another file selection. And it's a bit confusing because you go to from career to quick play, and in quick play you could change the song even though you're in your career. So that shouldn't be a valid flow. I should only change a song for the career through this, and this menu looks like crap. It's just a concept menu compared to the other menu right here. When you do open GP5, this menu is preferred, but I'd have to change the logic here to say like select songs rather than song. It's a lot of work. The closest thing I have to that is, let me go back all the way, right click, set list, play next song. And then I had one version of this working, but I tried to convert it into a friendlier GUI. So like the set list concept, there's no one for today I haven't played yet. And then I have two ideas. I could just play it off the bat, or I can make the set list first. And when I make the set list first, I could do a recommendation, but I'm not going to do that now. Like recommendation based on stats that the JSON files have logged. But I don't want to do that. Right now, the career mode kind of emulates that set list concept. It takes the same code of that set list concept. So I'm level 48. I've unlocked... Oh, I didn't realize I unlocked Mexico. Oh, I just crashed. Great. Okay. What is the error log? See, that's why we are in alpha. Copy that log. No unlock position. Oh! I think it might be database related. Because the positions are multi-layered, to say the least. There is X coordinates, Y coordinates, but primarily longitude, latitude. And it's interesting because the code converts longitude, latitude to X, Y, and it compensates for the scaling and camera position of the image placement for the map. It's a really neat library that I did not invent. I just plugged it in, remixed it, threw some layers on top. I put that in the credits. It's right here, geographic data, cartopy, geospatial data visualization. It's a really awesome library that I use. And I did some other things. And let's see. Mexico is going to crash again. Yeah, because it's looking for database. For some reason, the database value doesn't exist. I have to debug that later. Because there's something I had that's another thing. When you're on the career mode, when this is going on, when this screen is active that you're seeing right here, the static image, don't update it every frame. Just draw it once, cache it, and then the only thing that's updated are the planes. But the reason why I wanted that is because 60 frames a second. You know, before I had it so everything was drawn from and calculated every frame from scratch. The positions of the countries, of everything. But my frames per second would be bad. And there's pros and cons of other than frames per second. There is the concept of the calculating every frame. It has the functionality, the logic of when I do the mouse hover. It, like, I had to think of ways to optimize it, not just functionality wise, performance wise, to say the least, is a tricky hassle. And it's done in stages, right? Can't do it all at once. But the thing that I'm still tackling was, while I do have 60 frames, it's great. There's a flaw. The the let's say I play a couple songs, whatever. I get more XP, I get higher level, I get more career progress. The calculations displayed don't yet update as they should. I have to go in and go here and click a button and hit update, and then I'll load it. So I'm still trying to get that right. So there's still quite a bit to go. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, so I have to test drop C, because one of the side effects of fixing the note velocity in this exact version 1.2T alpha, I've noticed the most minuscule timing between, let's say I did Thin Lizzy, E flat, Emerald, and Cowboy Song, Jailbreak, and some Neck Deep, Happy Judgment Day, and whatever other songs. But basically, the versions before this compared to the version that I'm doing now, with the change of the note velocity, the change of when the note goes to the top, goes to the bottom, I've noticed in this version, the notes between the 8th, 16th, like there's always like the tiniest of space in the previous version, right? It's like, oh, how am I going to hit that? I only have, so much time to get that note. But in this version, when I fix the note movement, the velocity, the note movement speed, the timing of the note, where it should be visually compared to the song time, I've noticed that it's more forgiving, that it's more accurate in the slightest degree. There's more delay between the notes, but it feels like I had the notes timing wrong up until now in the visual of the program, and that made it more difficult, and I got used to that, and it's like, oh, now it's made it more easier because it's more correct, that I feel it's more enjoyable. But it's also weird because well, I lost my train of thought, but let me just try testing drop C, level 7, declaration, something, something. And I'm getting used to this mic. Hold on. This is a custom-made guitar. So this already did the slow. It was 3 minutes by default, but now the dynamic tempo made it almost a minute longer, 3:58, which should be okay. Now the goal, I am going to try to play this all the way through, even if I miss, because I need it to record the hit and miss notes. I need to test the accuracy of the note detection that I changed. So it's a test session. Just give me a sec. Trying this mic out. I was able to separate the channels between the guitar and the mic, which was the deal breaker. Let me try this. Hold on. I don't even know if it's in tune. It's gonna get loud. Man, my speaker is up loud. Alright, let's try. You're gonna hear lots of plucking. Oh, too fast. Sometimes I needed like a longer warm-up. 4 seconds they ain't cutting it. I should add that to user setting. Wait a second. Is that level 7, really? That feels faster than I've ever... Alright, we're gonna miss notes. Why is it so fast? I can't do that. Hold on. I gotta change. Usually it's not that fast. Maybe I just haven't played level 7. I'm gonna have to lower the max and the min. Because I ain't doing that. I don't remember... See, if I did it in the quick play, it was like 458, right? So it's still a bit fast. I think it's also the other hit percent increase, 75% is a bit much. Oh, if I hit 5%, then I do 50%? No way. Is that really? Well, let's try this. So much for algorithm. Nope. Is that really 4 seconds? Warm up. Still a bit fast. I'm not used to 120. I gotta warm that up. Hold on. Dynamic. Let's try a little closer to 100 something. That transition, I know. Let's do a little bit slower. Better. Oops. Oh. It seems like I like that tempo of the 90s. I'm not gonna do that one. When it comes to 8/16 notes, missed timing. I think my accuracy is okay, other than those notes. Nope. Oh, 62%. What gets the progress down the most is the tempo. So tempo, I had 50% of original, so I had it like 90. And it was like normally 180, right? Something like that. I mean, maybe it'd be easier if I sped up the note speed at 180, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm looking at just testing the accuracy, and it kicked me back to the main menu. That's fun. Not feeling reject, more feeling temple's too difficult. No, hope is too difficult, I mean, but why not? 428 to 706, is that more forgiving or what? Okay, it just starts off, and I missed. It seems to be, I needed longer warm-up. 4 seconds ain't... Some songs have like a long intro though. I'm off by 1. It should be 6-5. I kept doing 5-5. Nope. Tempo. It's fun when it's faster. $56. Nope. used a pinky. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, too fast. 2, another riff. Riff, right? I think eventually with the slow tempo going on 56. Should do a riff or something. I think I could do more near 90 on this one, right? Maybe? This being only 60-ish tempo. Oops. 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 Fun part. Double stops. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, Pinky. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh. 2. How many notes is that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. 'It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oops. I got distracted. Try again. Riff. So 45 to 50 to 60, more so pay attention to the accuracy. Is accuracy off because of user error? Or is it the note detection? Is it the frequency definition? Undefined or something? Lots of things. But now it could be, buffer latency, or it could be user, because I think the minimum latency is 100 to 150 given the hardware or something like that. So by default, I have right here, I just added this setting, guitar input latency, and right now it's 93 or 96 plus this amount, and I don't know what's a good amount here. So that was 18.5. I had 60% accuracy. I didn't really notice a difference between higher buffer than that, but I don't know. Let's go to the next one. Hold on. but it uses the pinky. A lot of these kill switch songs use pinky. .114 tempo. I don't want to use pinky. Oh, that's off. .700 tempo. I thought I fixed that. Pinky. That's fast. This riff is fun. Am I hitting it though? Got that. Just be fast. Tone is fuzzy. Again. Whoa. Here comes the pinky again. Got it. That one's always a trick. Riff again in a second. Palm mute. Chug. Shift it up. Back down. Oh, missed the D. Oh, I missed it again. Got it. Down. Up. Total. Nice. Again, without palm mutes. Oh, I messed that up. Open. Riff. Slow down. 811 tempo. I hate that bug. It keeps coming back. Double stops. This doesn't go to open. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Trying to get the pattern open. Nice. That one's actually hitting now. Still, 52%. Dang. Is it the buffer? Is it the accuracy? Is it me? There's so many factors. I'll try increasing the buffer for the heck of it. Let's see. 21. Better or worse? Don't know. Detroit should be done. I just have to do the manual update. Hold on. I need to uncheck all button. Tired of clicking 10 different times just to get one option. Update career progress. Database is updated. Now Detroit is removed from the venues in progress. We go to Nashville. Drop C. And it's slower at 6. The previous one was 7. Which ones? I kind of want to do daylight. Right here. Oh, I'll do breathe life after. 358. What's it gonna? 9 minute. I'm gonna speed that up. Minimum. Change the minimum to like max that, minimum this. Hit percent. Why is it always set 575 hit percent? Apply. Let's just try this. Oops. Hold on. Wrong button. Check the tune. Okay. Back. Go. Whoop. Go. Fun riff. Seem to be hitting it so far. Bend. Bend. can't end that flat.